Hi lovelies, and welcome to video one of Crystal Treasures, who is insanely excited and freaking out a little because I know I am. If you are new and this is your first Crystal Treasures, please make sure that you go into the group and watch the video that I filmed live yesterday, which will give you the rules and how to take part and all the information that you need to know to have a really great, fun crystal day today. So let's get started. We are starting with apatite spheres. Okay, let's bring them up. Because you can see we have one smaller. This is actually a very good sized sphere, as you can see, and this is the Mama Jamma sphere for if you are wanting to cover a larger space or do some really intense work there. So this is apatite. Apatite is all about working with the throat chakra, your own psychic development. So if you want to learn to work more with divination practices, if you want to work more with your own intuition, with your guides, apatite's a really great gem to work with. As the name would suggest, it is obviously a brilliant gemstone for weight loss, but not just weight loss, it's also about helping you to stay on a healthy diet, helping you to stay on a healthy path, helping you to be motivated to do so, and to exercise and eat well and just really take care of yourself. It's a very good self-care stone. It's also excellent if you have trouble in the past or now want to ask for help from this particular gemstone, and also again in connection with your guides for what you need to develop your spiritual path further. And it helps you in accessing and accepting those messages from the higher realms and your guides. It's also a gemstone of truth, both accepting, finding, uncovering your own inner truth, but also allowing you to see past other people's perceptions that they try to give out. You know, maybe there's someone you're not quite sure of and you're like, okay, are they being real with me? Apatite is a great gemstone to work with for that as well. So it's just endless, really. I mean, the never-ending properties of apatite. These are so stunning. They're almost like an ocean blue, but the type of ocean you get out in Hawaii and tropical islands type blue. So hopefully it's going to show up on video as bright and beautiful as it does here. This one is 7.5 inches. Now, if you're new here, all the spheres are measured in circumference, so all the way round, and all measurements are in inches. So this particular one is 7.5 inches and is 46 pounds. And let's pop him aside for a moment. And then the Mama Jamma here. Oh, look. The quality of this apatite is astounding, and what you can't see, I don't think, it might be picking it up a bit, oh, it might be picking up there, is the rainbows and the fact that this has some beautiful mica over the top of it. So it's almost like a dusting of fairy dust all over the sphere. This is an incredible piece. It is extraordinarily heavy. It is beautiful. This is 13 inches in circumference. Oh, there you go. Now you can really see it. See, complement the crystal and it will show off for us. So this one is 13 inches. That is a excellent size sphere. Beautiful. And this one is 150 pounds, which is insane value. I got a very, very good deal from my supplier on these ones. That's why they're up first, because I love apatite. And it's getting harder and harder to get, and especially in high quality, and the price is through the roof. But this I actually got at last delivery's price, not the latest delivery's price. So I'm passing that on to you. By weight, that should be £235. So someone's going to get an awesome deal there. Next, we are going to move on to our Super 7. Also, if you're new, you will see they have white tack on them. It just protects the points. They will also come to you in the post like that as well. It keeps everything beautifully safe for you. So this is a stunning number 7. Number 7. We're 5 minutes into video 1 and she's off. Super 7. Now, Super 7 is the combination of 7 powerful minerals, and even when they're not visible, their energy is in each piece. These are from small pockets Super 7 comes out of. The point here has been polished. This is its natural point, its natural termination. They have just polished and smoothed it, so you get this beautiful look to it. And then the bottom is still rough, exactly how it came out of the earth. And you can hold this up to the light, and it's translucent in areas, and you can see all the different minerals for you to explore. So Super 7 is another really good psychic development gemstone, but this is as well more towards deeper journeying and getting your messages and doing your psychic work in that way during journey work. Super 7 is a deep physical healing gemstone. It's one of the top gemstones to work with if you have any kind of physical health problem that you want to do deep healing on. And you'll often find that if you are working on something physical, that the piece gets a little bit darker over time as you work on that. And I don't know if you can see here, but there's actually a phantom here on this side. How stunning is that? And it's so clear and defined. Let's just take a moment to have a little look at the beauty of this. And look how they've polished it a little bit, but they didn't make these lines. This is its natural termination. They've just literally shined it up a bit for you, but it's all natural. So stunning. So this is also a gemstone that we call a holder of sacred wisdom, that you can access and ask for specific information, specific guidance, particularly in line with obviously its correspondences, and it opens up to you in a journey space. The alchemy of the 7 minerals is what makes it so sacred for healing work. It heals all of the chakras and balances all of the chakras. So if you're doing chakra work and you want something, this works really well along with blue kyanite, because then you've got the kind of full balance as well as some clearing and energetic work. So if you're doing chakra work, put the two together for the best effect. It helps align you with your highest path in this lifetime. So again, a complementary gemstone. I always like to give you different gemstones you can work with in your current collection or look to get alongside them. This would be one to work with fluorite, which is another gemstone of helping you find your path in this lifetime and making sure that you are doing everything you need to be doing, learning the lessons you need to learn. And this gemstone aligns you with that highest path, but also helps you call in the positive energies for your own highest good at the same time. So when you do have lessons to learn, it helps you gain the wisdom from that and also soften those lessons and messages. It also opens up your intuition. And like I say, this and the apatite are amazing for working with your guides. So this particular piece is 3.75 by 2.5 by 2.5 inches and is £52. Just so stunning. And look at that there. That's like a diamond. Are you seeing that? It's like a diamond shape. I would use that as my access portal if I was going to journey with this piece. That would be where I would go in and access this crystal's particular energy points. So that is our Super 7. Where's my white tack? Okay. Now we are moving on to Rainbow Amethyst. This is some of the most top quality amethyst that I've seen coming out recently. I am so happy to bring this to you because it takes amethyst to a whole new level. So this is the sphere, and it is just full of rainbows. Look at that color. It looks like labradorite. Oh my gosh. Oh, breathe, Claire. There's no words. We've hit a no words, everyone, and we're only 10 minutes in. Oh, I'm sorry, but look at the stunningness of this piece. Oh my goodness. So beautiful. And as always, considering the heat and the sun that we have been having the last few days, today we have the heat and not the sun. So that's just making it a little bit harder to show you everything, but this piece is still showing off. But it's just, the rainbows are all the way through the two pieces that I have to show you. And if you have a look, you can see through the piece. It is just stunning. There's veils all the way through it. It's like there's these areas. Now this is really interesting to me. Let's have a look. Oh yes, now it's going to show up. Thank you. If you look here, look at the way these veils have formed. They have formed like fingerprints. Now, in the time that I have spent with this piece, I obviously, because this is not my piece, I've not accessed it and journeyed with this piece, but I have sat with it and kind of like gone in to see what I can get from here. And straight away when my finger goes along this, and there's more than one of them, there's kind of one there as well that's like a fingerprint. And when you put your finger on it, you get kind of like a tingly feeling, and the crystal starts to open. So for me, that would be your access points. I'm seeing a lot of wisdom in here. This is definitely a spiritual advancement piece. This is a connecting with source energy, opening the crown, opening your third eye. And amethyst is fabulous for all of those things. Amethyst is also very good for protection. So for me, I feel that a lot of people just ignore that property because we're so used to hearing, oh, amethyst is great for stress and anxiety. And don't get me wrong, if you are stressed or anxious, these amethyst pieces I'm showing you are going to be incredible. They are wonderful, and with the rainbows, with everything extra, if you suffer with depression, panic attacks, any of those things, if you work in an environment where people are not very nice, this is another great gemstone for you to work with. Amethyst does not like bullies, and it doesn't matter if you're an adult or a child, it does not like it. So it has all of those relaxing properties. It is great for sleep and insomnia, but it is also such a powerful spiritual gemstone. Like I say, working with the crown chakra and the third eye, opening those, allowing you to work at that higher vibration, allowing you to journey and receive messages, protecting you on an energetic level. Amethyst is excellent for that, particularly paired with your black tourmaline. So this has so many uses, I just don't even know what to say. And spheres obviously send out their energy in all directions. Just look at that flash. The rainbows are insane in this. When you see it in the sun, whoever gets this, you are going to be truly blown away. So this particular sphere, let me find it on my list, is 6.75 inches and is £59. Now, if you don't want to work with a sphere, but you still want that energy, then here is a beautiful rainbow generator. Just look at that. Let's just take a moment, everyone. This is a take a moment time. Oh my goodness. It's so incredible. So beautiful. And you can see my fingers through it. Again, it's got that, look, I'm moving my finger. It's got that translucency to it, but still the depth of purple color, which is just incredible. If we have a look at the point on this, would you like to focus? I'll bring it the other way around. It always likes my other hand. That's why I move my left one out of the way. It's super fussy about it. Look at the rainbow in the point there. It has the most beautiful point. Just look. And you can see in there the veils. This is just not stunning. Look at that. Sometimes I just don't want to talk. I just want to shut up. It's just so beautiful. And like I say, if I take my hands away, you can kind of see that the light is going all the way through it there, but it's still got that wonderful purple. And here's the base, which is just as stunning. It's got an insane veil there that you could use as a portal as well. But obviously, if you're planning to do gridding, then this would be wonderful for your grid. If you have been in my class and you learned about manifestation points, this can also be used for that purpose for the spiritual realms. So that is our generator. And this one, where are you, is 3.5 inches by 2 inches by 1.75 inches and is 57 pounds. Now, for those of you, or maybe whoever gets this, if you want to grid with this, then maybe these are for you. Or if you just want to work with a slightly different energy, these are chevron amethyst. Now, this is exactly how they came out of the earth. They grow like this, kind of like, remember when we had the amethyst before? This is chevron. Now, chevron is better for insomnia and sleep. It's a slightly gentler energy. This one is geared more towards stress and anxiety, insomnia, meditation, and that's the stronger energy here. The energy here would be less towards protective energies. You could still use the chevron for the third eye and crown chakra work, but it won't be as powerful as those last two pieces. These are really more geared to what I was just talking about. And these vary in size. I will pick intuitively for you. You can buy, they're sold singly, so you can buy one or however many you want. They all have, let me show you, they're beautiful natural points, like so. And you can use them by just holding them. You can use them as almost like a mini wand. You can have one in each hand for a treatment. You can use them by the bed, or if you are gridding, you could have them in, well, if this was for you and you were doing sleep, for example, you'd have other crystals in here, but you could have these on the outside if you wanted. So there's so many uses for these. They're really versatile way to work with the chevron amethyst. So these ones are £8.50 each. Okay. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited for this next section. Let's all freak out. You don't even know what you're freaking out about yet, but I guarantee you should freak out now. All right. Oh, gosh. You can't keep it, Claire. You can't keep it. I have sat with this piece and, well, actually, I've sat with all three of these next pieces and wanted to keep them and had to restrain myself. So this is a chlorite, a phantom chlorite, double terminated quartz wand with keys. Let's just take a moment. Okay, so first let's talk about quartz. And this will cover the next three pieces we're going to talk about as well. Clear quartz is a master healer crystal. It magnifies the energy of all other crystals that you work with it. And if it has any inclusions, it magnifies those minerals' properties as well. You can program clear quartz for absolutely any purpose. It is not like other crystals where, for example, you may have your black tourmaline and you're programming that for protection or grounding, but you would not program black tourmaline, for example, for, let me think off the top of my head, for healing the female system. So if you wanted to do uterine healing, if you wanted to work on happy home, that would not be the ideal crystal. But if you're working with clear quartz, you can program it for everything from protection to abundance to a happy home to specific healings. It is pretty much a very powerful blank crystal for you to work with in whichever way you see fit. Now, of course, they often come with inclusions like this piece, which then lends it more to other types of energy. Now, this particular piece is double terminated. This is a natural double terminated piece. It's just been polished and smoothed. And what we use double termination for is sending and receiving energy. So because it has the 2 points, you can call in energy and then send that energy out. So we could aim this down at the earth and we could call in and receive Gaia energy for healing. Then we can use our other point to send that energy to ourselves, to another crystal, to a magical working that we are doing. Any of those things you can use a double term for because the energy has a way in and the energy has a way out. You can use it for healing on yourself. You can use it for healing on other people, on family members. You can also use this to activate grids. And it's very powerful to do so with a double terminated wand like this because you are sending energy and receiving energy. So it's giving you an even deeper connection with your crystal grid. Now, on top of that, this has chlorite phantoms, which is the green you can see here and here. It's all through it. There's green, there's even some grey chlorite in here, and there's also some iron. Let me find you the iron. Here is the iron. So chlorite, which is the green, is one of the most healing minerals you can work with for physical health. I collect, this is why these pieces are so hard for me to let go of. I collect quartz with chlorite included. If you want to do physical healing, if you're working on physical health, then this is my number one gemstone. If someone says to me, Claire, I can only get one gemstone to work with for physical healing, I will say get quartz with chlorite included. It is your all-round healer. It doesn't matter if you're healing something that's acute and short-lived or if you're healing something that you have had long-term and is chronic. It is perfect for that. Now, this also has keys. Now, keys are access points. Now, this is, you see how this is oh my gosh, I'm just freaking out. This is a perfect hexagon here. Now, you can see that a little bit of that is not in there. That is a shaman's portal. So you have a key okay, which is this hexagon with a shaman's portal in it. I don't even know what to say about that. That is so powerful. This piece is so immense. So if you are going to access this crystal, you're going to want to have your thumb or your finger over there. If you are going to work with this crystal for healing, for activating a grid, you are going to always want to be touching this particular key. Now, the other thing that keys do that's a little bit extra versus a portal. Keys can be used as a portal to access the crystal and work with it on a deeper level, but keys hold in-depth wisdom. So there are several access points with keys on this piece that each has individual wisdom in it. And the hexagon you're seeing here is the natural growth structure of quartz, and we never really get to see it unless you're looking under a microscope. So very special. So let's have a little look around for the others. So if we look here, you have yet another key, and this one has a rainbow in it, a chlorite phantom, and it has iron included. And that's in the point. I mean, oh my goodness. Holy guacamole is all I can say about that. Then you have yet another one right here. This one's a little harder to show you, but it is here, and you can see it's got iron included in there. There is so much to see and look at in this piece. You are going to discover even more than I've taught you about, but I can't spend the whole time talking about this one piece, although if I had my way, I would be talking about this piece for the entire time, because I just have never seen anything like it with this many keys and in the hexagonal form and a shaman portal. I mean, whatever next. Whatever next. So this piece is 4.25 inches by 1.5 inches by 1 inch, and it is 45 pounds, which I would pay double that. I'm not going to lie. I would pay double that for this piece. Oh my gosh. It's giving off so much energy. I swear that's why the camera won't focus on this piece. I've had no problems thus far. But that is... Okay, Claire, enough. Enough. Okay, moving along. Putting to the side. Let me put its little duddies on its points. We are very point safety conscious here. Now, oh, I know there's also collectors of the chlorite in here, and this is just, oh no, I don't want to give it to you. This is so unfair. All right. I think this Crystal Treasures is probably, out of all the ones we've done, I always have a hard time letting go of a few pieces, but this one is really cutting it through to the core of me to let these go. Oh, so, okay. This is a chlorite included, oh my gosh, cluster of quartz, obviously. Now, this is completely natural as it came out of the earth. The points have not been polished, okay? Nothing has been done to this piece at all, short of cleaning. So this is the back. I always like to teach you where I can. So this here is where this was connected to the wall of the pockets, all right? Now, the way these grow, which a lot of people find surprising, they don't dig into the hole. So say this is in the hole, there's me digging in, and then they come across this point, and then they're like, ooh, cluster. That's not how it works most of the time. Many people that hand mine wish that was how it worked. But they will be coming through, and it will normally present either on the side like this. So they'll see this bit and this bit here. Or it will present like this, and they will literally come into this. And as they're chipping away, they will start to see the smooth sides. And that's when they know that there's points in there, and it has to be dug around so carefully around the outside. That's why you can see the chisel marks have been left here. This is everything. This is just no words. And then they pull it out like this, and this is crusted in mud. So then they have to clean it to find out what they've got in there. And that was this. I mean, can you imagine digging and finding this? I can't even imagine it. Now, there's also iron in here as well. I mean, it's just incredible. And what is so special as well, let's bring it up. Okay, so let's look around here. So we have the chlorite in here. Look at that. Then as we come around here, we still got chlorite. Oh, Claire, get in the camera. I'm too busy looking at the crystal. This here is actually some of the sediment that this was actually growing in, which has grown into the outer layer of the crystal. So you have that deep Gaia earth connection there. Look at how beautiful that point is. You have included iron on the back. I mean, oh my gosh, what more do you want? I just don't even know. I mean, should we stop here? Look at this point. Look at the rainbow in this one. Oh, so incredible. Then you have the points at the back, which again has more of that sediment from it growing in there. This is inside. What is that? Hang on, I'm going to examine. Ooh. Ow, I just hit my head in a lamp. Oh my gosh. That is so special. In the middle, she's back. In the middle here, I do not think this is going to show up on camera. I think it's going to be one of those things that you're going to have to find when you get it. In the middle here is a teeny tiny, look, you can see its reflection, quartz crystal that grew on the outside. Immense. How beautiful is this piece? So stunning. The points are in really good condition, and it's just amazing. Now, I don't even know what to say. You with this have, look at the base. Even the base is beautiful. It stands, obviously. I mean, look at that. This is a super powerful healing piece. So if you want to work on your own personal healing, this is a fab piece for that. But if you also just want to work on good health and healing for your entire household, so everyone under your roof, this is of a size with enough chlorite and enough points for you to be able to do that. And being quartz, because of its magnification properties and how it works, this is going to cover a larger area. So really fabulous piece here. This is 5 inches by 3.5 inches by 3 inches, and this piece is 55 pounds, which I can't even get over. I don't even know. All right. Whew, I tell you, those in my class that are doing the crystal workshop as well, you should be knowing what some of these things are. This one, I'm going to actually give you a moment to, if you're in the crystal workshop, to tell yourself, what is this? So answer now, everyone. Hopefully you've been paying attention. You should know what this is. This is abundance quartz. Okay, so incredible. Now, abundance quartz has these points that you see here. So they have their natural points in the camera, Claire. What is your trouble today with this? The natural points, and then it's covered in all of these smaller points. Oh my gosh, look at that rainbow. Oh, it's purple and blue. Oh, so incredible. Now, Again, this is a untouched piece. This has come out the earth like this. This has not been polished. This has not been smoothed. This has literally just been power washed, which is how they clean these. You wouldn't think so because it's quartz, and you're like, oh no, is it going to damage it? But it's actually, quartz is very hardy crystal, so it's all good. Now let's have a look at what we have here. Look at the hexagonal shape. And then in here, this has to be one of the deepest shaman's portals I have seen in a crystal. I mean, it just goes in and in. I wish I had my mini torch. It's the one thing. I have my measurements. Oh no, I do. I wonder if we'll be able to see with our mini torch. It looks blue, but look, you can see in there. Look how deep that goes, and it goes around the corner a bit as well. I mean, that is crazy, and it's just stunning. And you can lay this piece down if you want, like so. Focus please, like so. It will also stand up like that. But it is a little bit, one thing I will say with this piece is because a lot of the points and clusters are on this side, it's a little bit top heavy. It stands perfectly by itself. But just a personal tip that I do, you may not be interested at all, but I like security. So if I was going to be bouncing around my office for some reason, I would worry that it's just going to topple. Now, if you put a tiny little bit of blue tack or white tack or something like that at the base, so it's against your surface, it will just keep that up and secure. So you just know it's not going anywhere. It shouldn't go anywhere, but I'm very cautious with my crystals, especially those with points. So what do we use abundance quartz for? I think the name says it all, and even just looking at it, you can get an idea because you have the master points. So these are powerhouses, but then on top of that, you have an abundance of all of these are terminated. These aren't just random pieces of quartz that are growing out of it that have all been chipped off. These all, look at this. These all are terminated quartzes. This is the most, this is so, the beauty. I don't even know. This is so beautiful. I am so happy to be able to share this and show you this piece because it is stunning. So it's all over, all the way round, just covered. So with this piece, you use it for anything you want an abundance of. That could be an abundance of, I'll lay it down so you can see it. That could be an abundance of prosperity, an abundance of success, an abundance of protection, an abundance of good luck. This is the perfect crystal to work with. It's always working with your highest good as well. So this is one of those pieces whenever you're working with any of the quartzes, whether that be manifestation quartz or abundance quartz, they really do work for the highest vibration. So anything you want to put a lot of that energy in, you want to put a lot of power behind to manifest in your life. If you're after a new house because you desperately need to move, these are the things where, okay, what are my big intentions? Then this would be the piece that you would work with to bring those into reality. Things that, although you have absolute faith that you're going to be able to manifest, are going to take a lot more energy, need a lot more power behind them. You can work with this piece ritually, you can work with it just from the crystal side of things, whichever way suits you best, but it is a super powerful piece for you to work with. So this piece is 4.5 inches by 5 inches by 3.5 inches, and it is 84 pounds, and it is a stunner. It's the only one they had. I mean, it's just so crazy, and it's just beautiful. So I cannot wait to see who gets that. It also has iron in it, which is included, which grounds your intention as well, and also adds healing. So you can come from the healing side, or you can have that grounded abundance, grounded protection. And we want our intentions to be grounded, because that means they're sustainable. That means they're long term. It means they're not going to go away. So that is why it's a really powerful thing to have in your quartz, is a beautiful iron inclusion. Okay, let's move along. Okay, move along, please. Would you like to stand there with that one? Okie dokie. Where are we going from here? Oh, right. I have had so many questions about my huge abalone shell that I keep all my smudge things in, because everyone can, let me take these out. Everyone can only find the small shells. I'm barely even zoomed in. That's as far as I'm zoomed in, and this is how big this shell is. I think it's the only thing I don't have a measurement for. Let me get a tape measure. My husband take the inch one. I'm going to have to, he will put it on the screen when he puts these videos together and slices them together for me. But I'll have to measure in centimeters for now, because the inch one's downstairs. So this is 18 centimeters that way. It is 16 centimeters this way, and depth is 5.5 centimeters on this side. And then on the deepest side, it is just over nearly 6.5 centimeters that side. Now, the reason the abalone shells you see out and about are so small is because it takes many, many, many years, for the shells to get to this size, okay? So a lot of the ones you see on the market might be 20 or 30 years old, and that's the small ones that fit your smudge stick in, and not a lot else. Now, the thing with abalone shells, they have become very mass market, and you don't see me stock them very often because they need to be ethically sourced and harvested, okay? These are not, I think sometimes I have the misconception that these are, you know, easy to find shells, and we want to be taking only what can be renewed, basically. And these large abalones are very, very old, and certain laws are in place that only so many can be harvested per year of different age groups. Many places do not listen to that. That's why you see the mini ones in such bulk. Someone may have 50 of them. There's a lot around it. So again, this is an ethical type product that we should be thinking about. These are ethically sourced, hand-dived shells. I like the large ones because I can get all of my supplies in here. Now remember that this shell holds space for the element of water on your altar. All right, so this is your representation of water. You can also represent water with actual water in a chalice. You can represent it with oil. You don't have to just have one, but this represents water on your altar if that's where you keep it. But what you want to be doing with your smudge work, and this is taking your cleansing to the next level. Unfortunately, you know, what with smudging becoming so popular and, you know, a bit new agey, not everyone understands fully how house clearing works, how smudging your energy works. You should be working with all the elements at once during a house clearing or smudging yourself. So I like a nice large bowl like this, well, shell I should say, so that it holds everything for me. Now, with this, you will also be getting some tools, because I feel I couldn't possibly sell these without the tools that you need. And I have 3 of these, by the way. I'm afraid that's all I have. I may be able to get another 3 later in the year, in maybe like a month or two. We will see. So with your shell, you are going to get a ethically sourced Californian white sage bundle, which represents earth and fire. Okay. You are going to get a Palo Santo stick, which again can represent earth and fire. And you are going to get a selenite stick, which represents earth and also spirit. So we have everything going here. We have water. When we light these, we have fire going. Both of these products are from the earth. And then we have the selenite, which, yes, is from the earth as well. So can represent earth, but also represents spirit. So you've got all 5 elements in your smudge bowl, shell, I should say, and you still have room to add in extra tools. Other things I like to keep in my shell is a black kyanite blade and a piece of blue kyanite as well. I also like to keep a small garnet or a small black tourmaline or petrified wood tumblestone, one of the grounding gemstones as well. So you can get all your tools in one. You can collect all of your ash in here as well. So you've got a big space to collect that sacred ash, because remember, we don't throw our ash away. We must be keeping that. You can bury the ash. You can add it to your plants. You can use it in your rituals because it is extraordinarily protective. There are so many ways you can use your smudge ash. So these shells are $49.99, and that includes your shell, your smudge, your Palo Santo, your selenite as well. So that is your shell, and I have 3 of these only. And like I say, I may get a couple more this year. I may not. They're all this size. All right, let me show you the other side as well, because I didn't show you the other side. And this is the back. Such powerful working tools for you to work with. These are really, I'm really happy because I'm bringing you some gemstone bowls, some copper tools, I'm bringing you some ancestor carvings. There's a lot of really powerful magical tools to help take you into the harvest months and doing our shadow work and really creating sacred ritual all year round. So that is our abalone. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit more. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, people have been asking me for a very long time to bring these, but they are not the easiest to get, and a lot of the time they are low quality. So you know how fussy I am, but I have two. So let's bring them in. Hopefully they are going to show off for us because we do not have any natural sunlight today. Very bad. But here we have some labradorite spheres. So yes, your new moon intention setting tools are right here and ready to go. Look at, and they're rainbowed all over. But like I say, it's getting them to show up in this light is a challenge. But you can see there, this has also got all the same colours. It's just bringing you in the right direction. So yes, labradorite. Labradorite is the gemstone we use to set our new moon intentions. It is a powerful manifestation crystal. You can use the same piece every single month. In fact, it will be even more powerful to do so. This is a working tool. This is one that you dedicate to your new moon work, and you work with it every single new moon, reaffirming your previous intentions and adding your new intentions every single time. Now, of course, it doesn't just become a new moon crystal, which again, this is one of those crystals like our amethyst that has kind of got put into a bit of a box recently. Labradorite is very, very protective. Okay, it is a wonderful protection stone, particularly psychic protection. If you have problems with your home, energy in the home, disturbed energy in the home, negative energy, then you absolutely want to be working with Labradorite for your protection, because it is one of those energetic protectors. Black tourmaline protects us energetically and physically. So I pair the two together. I personally have a very large piece of Labradorite. I have a large sphere of black tourmaline, and I work with the two in tandem. Now, the other uses that we can work with Labradorite for is our divination and opening up our psychic abilities, taking into journey with us. Labradorite is particularly fabulous for working with the lower realms and your animal spirit guides, but you can work with all your spirit guides with Labradorite. You can also use it to, in a sense, bump up the energy of your crystals that you want to access for journey reasons. So say you have a crystal with a shaman's portal or keys or something like that, and you're going to go and journey just with that crystal. Having Labradorite with you for your journey work, it enhances your journey, it helps you to receive messages, but it also helps that other crystal to open up, and it keeps you very protected while doing so. So having Labradorite in circle with you on your altar for ritual is fabulous. But I know many of you are most interested in these because of the fact you can set your new moon intentions on them, and they are spheres, so energy is being sent out into all directions. So let's have a look. This is our sphere number 1. So you can see it's so beautiful. It just isn't showing off in the light, so I have to move you around a little bit to get you some light. But look how beautiful the blue is. Oh my God. So stunning. Oh, look at that. Look, there's like a teal blue. There's a pink line there heading into the peachy yellow. Oh, I'm so excited. I love crystals. You know I love crystals. I wouldn't do this and work with them so closely if I didn't love them. That's what it's all about for me, is getting the crystals and finding their new homes, and then you will send pictures of how you're working with them and you get them. It's just so fabulous. So this is sphere number 1, and sphere number 1 is where's your measurement? Oh, 6.2. No, I lie. Hang on. No, this is sphere number 2. Just to confuse you, I put them the wrong way around. This is sphere number 2, and this is 6 inches in size, and this is 55 pounds. Oh my goodness, look. See, now you're showing off because you're like, oh wait, Sanso's looking at me and I want them to take me home. They do this, you know. They wait till the person's looking and then they'll show off because the lighting has not changed in here. Someone is looking right now, and this is your piece and it's trying to get your attention. I love crystals. So fabulous. So sphere number 2, just to confuse you a little bit. Then sphere number 1 is slightly bigger. This has a lot of golden and peach hues to it, as you can see. Oh, look at that. Still has that classic blue. So beautiful. Look at that. Oh, I want to keep you all and work with you. So stunning. You can see that that line goes all the way round, but when I turn it round there, you can see the sparkle. You see the sparkle? Look at that. It's insane. I love it. Oh, Labradorite, such a fabulous gemstone. This is sphere number 1, and this one is 6.25 inches and is 60 pounds. Okey dokey. Now, If you are also looking for a small charging plate or a piece that's slightly different, you're not looking for a sphere, or I'm not going to lie, they'd look fabulous put together. Let's do that. I love putting things together. I'm constantly pairing crystals. Look at those together. Oh, now imagine some new moon tea lights, your new moon spray, aura spray. Oh my gosh, I am just setting up for new moon working with these tools. Apologies, these are not mine to work with. So anyway, this is a small charging plate. It's not completely, it's a slight angle. You can see that kind of from the side. It's a slight angle, but you can still use it. It will still stand. What have I got around that we can stand on it? Got a tea light that I'm currently working with. So we'll still stand a tea light for size reference. And I'm also working with my bear at the moment. So my bear would fit on there. If you got your box, you also got a bear. Get a little shell. Well, that's quite a large shell, I must say. Just to show that you could stand your tools on here to charge them. You could very easily pop your jewelry on here to charge your jewelry up as well. And this has a stunning flash also. It is polished on the top. Who saw that absolutely massive slice that I showed when I went crystal shopping to get it? It had literally this much colour on it, but the light that day just would not show it. Oh my gosh, that was just an amazing piece too. That was a lot more expensive than this piece though. This is a nice affordable piece if you are just starting to work with lab. And as you can see, it is natural on the back. So you can still see where the rainbows are. You can still see the rainbows. But the rainbows always show up better when they are, look, you can even see them there when they polish them, which is why they usually polish aside, because when you're actually mining for labradorite, it just looks like this. I mean, to the untrained eye, you might overlook a lot of pieces because you're like, oh, it just looks like that. It's only when we physically start to polish it that this actually comes up. So this piece is 4.25 inches by 2.75 inches by 1 inch, and it is £30. Righty tighty. Time to turn the list over. Ah, yes. Oh, so exciting. I have not brought you this one before. This is a stunner. So you might be looking at this thinking, what is that, Claire? Well, it's a very fabulous gemstone, very interesting gemstone. It is called Vesuvianite. It is named for the pockets that were found at Mount Vesuvius. Although it is found in other locations, that is where it was first found and how it got its name. This is, oh, I should first also tell you actually, remember Claire, that you will sometimes see it called Idocrase, and that's usually in the jewelry world because they like, this comes in a whole bunch of different colors. You can get brown, you can get green, there's a whole color spectrum of Vesuvianite, so they often call it Idocrase, and you'll see it in jewelry form that way, and they use the more translucent colors usually. So this is all about embracing your desires for this lifetime, for your highest good and highest self, and not giving in to lower vibrations. It's all about manifestation within the light and for the highest good. So this gemstone will not manifest things for you that are not in line with your highest good, that are not in line with your life path, for example. It helps you to override your ego. So if you're someone that, and now, honesty moment, everyone. Everyone has moments of dealing with their ego in many different forms. We'll be talking about this later in the year when we do our shadow work course. Now, what Vesuvianite helps us do is to override that ego, to not listen to it, And once you can actually take control of the ego and it is not ruling you, you are in control of it, then that allows for you to grow spiritually in huge ways. And this gemstone supports that. It's all about letting that ego go and then calling in the energies you need for spiritual advancement. So if you have felt blocked spiritually, this is a really great gemstone for you to work with. It is a heart chakra gemstone, so if you have healing in that area to do, if you have any blockages there, then this would be the crystal that I would recommend working with. It's a really beautiful gemstone, so incredibly beautiful. I probably should have brought back a couple. Now I'm regretting it. I don't actually have this in a sphere myself. I'm thinking I should have got myself a sphere, you know. I'm like shopping my own crystal treasures, but this is not mine, so it's all good. This is 7.5 inches and it is 50 pounds, and it is just immense. I mean, you don't often see in spheres like this, especially this quality. I mean, that's a real spiritual power piece. And what I love as well is it's slightly different, because this is going to work particularly well with this. These two would be the perfect partnership, but look how different they look. Most spiritual advancement gemstones are in the purple ray or clear or a very pastel-y pink, you know, like your apopholites and your damborites and your amethyst and stuff like that. And then in comes this pop of green, and it's just amazing to work with. So congratulations in advance to whoever got that. Right, now we are moving on to two different forms of rose quartz. So let's start with the sphere. This is such beautiful rose quartz that I'm bringing you. I just love it. Look at how beautiful it is. See the rainbows. Let's try and get it away from that window reflection there. So stunning. This is a wishing sphere twice over. So if you are new here, basically wishing circles are when you've got a full circle that's all the way around a sphere. And what it allows you to do is, wishing is really the wrong word. I wish they hadn't called it that. But what it allows you to do, because wishing and intention setting, two very different things. But what it allows you to do is to set a really powerful intention within this crystal that is in line with the crystal's correspondences and energies. So this piece actually has two. So that's two really powerful workings you can do here. So rose quartz is another really underrated gemstone, I feel, these days. Because people are like, oh, it's rose quartz, it's for love, and I don't need to attract new love, or I don't need more romance. And yes, you can use it to attract new love. You can use it to help heal a current relationship. You can use it to attract more love and compassion to your life from other people. It's a really great gemstone if you want to make new friends as well. But it's also about self-love. And this is what I've been getting a lot in Journey recently, is that people are not working enough on self. They're too busy being concerned with other people, and that can be in negative or positive ways. Maybe you are very focused on helping other people right now, but you are not taking care of yourself. And rose quartz allows us to come back to center and to be like, okay, what do I need right now? Where do I need compassion and love and forgiveness for myself? And funnily enough, it's a really good companion for your shadow work, because there are plenty of other crystals that we use for shadow work. But by pairing rose quartz in there, It helps you to come back to that place of compassion, to forgive yourself, to be able to integrate better the energies of light and shadow. If you're someone that suffers with anxiety or depression or anything like that, because remember, our crystals, it doesn't matter what medications we're on, what treatments we're on, we can work with crystals at the same time. This is a wonderful crystal for helping you to integrate those things, because often a lot of time is spent fighting them, and there are wonderful crystals to help to ease panic attacks, to help ease depression or anxiety, all of those things. But what rose quartz helps us do is to come back to center, to come back to love and compassion for self. It's also a wonderful gemstone for connecting with the divine feminine. So if you want to connect with more goddess energy within your life, then this would be a wonderful gemstone to do so. If you are looking to heal the divine feminine within yourself, so if you have experienced any kind of trauma relating to love, relating to sexual trauma, any of those things, then rose quartz can help you through that. Oh, look at that there. Beautiful rainbows. It's just such a supportive companion gemstone. I think that's why it's underrated, because it does love to be paired with other gems, but it is something that should be on your altar. I always keep rose quartz on my main altar because we need to call in love and compassion and forgiveness, whether that's for ourselves, whether that's for other people, whether that is for Gaia herself. We need to be calling in these energies. We need to have compassion for our environment. This is beautiful, worked with green moss agate for Gaia energy work. So if you are very focused on Gaia healing at the moment and earth healing with all the plastics and everything else that's going on and global warming and all that craziness, if you're working to send healing to Mother Earth and you've got yourself some moss agate, some tree agate, then pair it with rose quartz. So we have a sphere here, which is 7.5 inches and it is 24 pounds. And we also have, where can I sit Mr. Sphere for a moment? Because you were sitting in this. I'll pop you there. We also have this absolutely beautiful rose quartz bowl, and the base has been left raw, so you've got that connection back to earth energy, which again, if you want to do Gaia work, if you want connection to the divine feminine, earth healing on your altar, this is the bowl to go with. It is self-healed in numerous places. Now, we look for self-heals. Look at this self-heal along here. How perfect is that? It's just so stunning. Self-heal here. Now we look for self-heals and we collect self-heals, because a self-heal means at some point this crystal was growing happily along. Then something happened within our earth, either seismically, another crystal came along and banged into it, that interrupted its growth and it cracked. Now, instead of stopping growth there, it carried on and fought through that to grow perfectly. This is not at risk of breaking. You cannot even feel this self-heal on the top or all around. It is fully inside, and this is a fully stable one piece now. It healed itself during the growing process. So that's a powerful piece. So if you are healing any kind of trauma, if you are doing earth healing, now again, you could use this as a smudge dish, for example. It does fit your smudging tools because it is just a fabulous size, and I thought of that when I was getting it. So you could put your smudge tools on here. You could fit a selenite stick, you could fit a tumbled garnet or petrified wood or something on here. You can fit it all on there if that's how you want to use this piece. But because of the self-heal and because of the energy I was feeling from this piece is actually going to come with a mini aura spray that is for heart chakra and self and what was the word that came to me? I had a specific word. I've wrote it down because I've already created the label for the spray and I already have the recipe. But you're going to get a very special aura spray for this particular thing. It will sit in there beautifully. And you can pop this on your altar and use that spray for your own healing while working with this piece, and also for Gaia energy healing. So that's completely free. You're not paying for that. I just felt that this really needed that to come with it. So that will be coming with this piece. And this is 6 inches by 4.5 inches by 1.5 inches, and this is £70. And obviously you get your spray as well. It is truly stunning. I mean, I wish I could show you that rainbow even better, but it is such a sparkly rainbow. Any form of healing, emotional healing that you have, any kind of healing you want to call on the goddess for, any healing you want to send to earth, this is your bowl. So incredible. Look, I'm wearing my rose quartz ring. You saw me wearing that the other day if you looked at the photos of me out and about. I've been really intensively working with my rose quartz lately because it's been coming through so strongly. Next, I have some copper for you. So first we have a beautiful copper bowl. I mean, these are handmade. How stunning is this? Completely handmade, completely hand formed. This is so perfect for your altar. This can hold a herbal blend, a herbal offering. I mean, you can put anything you want in here. Tumble stones, you know, you can put your crystal points in there. Whatever you want. Obviously, the combinations are endless. Now, why do we work with copper? Copper magnifies in the same way quartz does. It really sends out energy all the time. It has a very warm energy. It is constantly sending out into its area. It is very, very stabilizing, very physically healing. I had the copper rods a little while ago that a lot of you have been working with really intensely, because it is so powerful for any kind of healing work and any kind of offering work. So for your herbal blends, if you're going to be making later in this year, if you're doing the guides workshop, if you're going to do the shadow work, this will hold your offering blend inside of it on your altar space. If you're working on physical healing, if you want to make an offering to a deity, this is a very potent piece to use. Any of the herbs, any of the oils, anything that you put in here is going to be magnified and then sent out into your sacred space. So a really beautiful, handcrafted. People are always asking me for copper bowls, but I only bring these when my supplier can get them, because they are handmade, and I think I've shown you a picture of them before. I don't like the polished copper ones you can get from the wholesaler. Sometimes they have pretty symbols on them, like they stick a pentacle on the front or whatever. But the problem is they're not like pure copper. A lot of them, to be made cheaper, I've had stuff added. This is pure copper that you are working with here. You will feel it when you get this in your home. So the bowl is 3 inches by 3 inches by 1.5 inches, and it is £78. Now, next is something a bit different. I have 3 sets of these. You get 4. Oh my goodness, these are so fabulous. Now they're small, okay, so just so you can see in my hand the size of them. These are copper spheres, but they're not the normal type of copper spheres. They have a flat top and bottom, and these were specifically created with healing work and grids in mind. So whereas we normally would not use spheres in a grid, These can be used because they have the flat sides. They're more of a tumblestone shape. So you don't have the problem that working with these, the energy is going to come out into all directions and disrupt your grid. They've thought very carefully, which is why they didn't just do one side. They have done both sides so that you are not going to have that problem. So they stand perfectly like so. Also, now you see that? That's because it's on its side, which is why you can't use copper spheres generally for your gridding work, as well as obviously the energy. I keep dropping them, I don't know why. But the good thing is you can't harm these because these are 100% pure copper. But they are completely flat, like I say, top and bottom, and you can incorporate them into your grid in the same way as you incorporate any tumble stone. Now, the other thing you can do with these is if you have an oil that you want to charge up, you can charge it in between the copper and you can place these on the side of them. So, for example, how I've been using them, I know this is quite tall, but I've been placing them against the glass jars of my mother's, the mother oils that I make. And just they're underneath, they're touching the jar in all 4 places, and they are literally infusing it with healing energy. They are magnifying it. Really, really potent to add to your oil blends at home. You can sit one of these, say you had your little bowl here or your rose quartz bowl and you had some herbs in there. You could sit this in the herbs. Obviously, for example, say you have this and you have a beautiful healing blend in here. You don't have any copper in there. You can sit one of these in there just fine, and it will put that copper energy and it will magnify. So they're not just for gridding, but I've put them in sets of 4 so you can work with them. I have, like I said, I have 3 sets of these and they are £12 a set. So that is those. And then last but not least for this particular video, I can't believe we're coming to the end of the first Crystal Treasures video. Oh my goodness. Are these. Oh my gosh. When you saw the pictures of these in group, when I took pictures of them, you're all going crazy and going, are they going to be in treasures? Are they going to be treasures? I had people messaging me, Claire, will these be in treasures? Do I need to order one now? So everyone, take a deep breath. All will be well. So these are agate or agate, however you would like to say it, and they all have druzy, and they have been consciously carved around the druzy so it could be included. So let's just talk about agate for a moment before we go into the specialness of the fact that these are stars. So agate, these are all a beautiful grey agate. They've got a little bit of blue to them, but they're grey. They all have quartz in them, quartz druzy in them as well. So beautiful. So agate is soothing. It soothes the soul. I mean, literally from head to toe. This is going to soothe your emotions, your physical body, your spiritual body, your soul. This is just an all-round soother. When you hold grey agate, you just sigh and let out all of that energy and just come into a relaxed space. So if you are someone that deals with stress or anxiety or doesn't sleep well or has a stressful job or stressful children, maybe even stressful fur babies, who knows, whatever, this will just bring you down and back to center. It's also a very spiritual gemstone. I like to journey with it because it means that I am open and my awareness is very clear. I always choose a grey agate with a druzy. I happen to have a sphere with a druzy in. Some of you, I think, have seen it. because it allows you to soften, it allows you to open, and it magnifies the messages. So this is really great for connecting with your guides, connecting with your intuition. They're great to keep with you if you're reading your oracle cards or your tarot cards. And they're also really good for any kind of ritual and spell work. Any kind of magic. Grey agate just adds to that energy. So it's a really powerful magical tool for you to have. Now, these have also been carved into stars, which makes them perfect for setting intentions and working in rituals. So you can use these at the new moon, you can use them at the full moon, you can use them during ritual as part of your ritual work to set an intention onto. You can use them for healing work. But that star shape gives you balance magically. So you literally have here all of the elements. So you are representing earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. You are really allowing alchemy to take place by using the symbol of the star. It is a very protective symbol. It also contains the triangles. So if we went along here, you would have all of these triangles working with the energy of the triangle, the pyramid of 3. So they're very potent talismans in effect for you to work with from a crystal side of things, from a magical side of things. So I thought we'd cut out for a moment there. It may have, but anyway, I think we're all good. There was a weird moment with my SD card, I think. So there are 2 sizes. There is the small and there is the medium, which is these 2 here. With the medium, I will pick intuitively. If you are drawn to a specific one, you can ask. But otherwise, I will pick intuitively for which one wants to work with you. So let's take a look at the small one first. How stunning is this? I love the fact it's got like the brown agate around here as well. And then it's got all these tiny little clusters of clear quartz druzy in there. Oh, it's so gorgeous. How beautiful. And this is what the back looks like as well. And this one is, like I say, this is called the small one. This is £31 and it is 2.5 inches in all the directions. Then we have the medium. So this is the one, well, I don't really know what I would call it, just medium number 1. Look at that druzy. Sparkling. So beautiful. And this is the back. And this one is 3.5 inches in all directions. And this is £45. And this one here is the medium number 2. This has a really deep druzy in it. And as we turn it over, you can see the quartz through the back, and there's also a druzy here at the bottom that actually goes through and connects with the inner side of this. See there. So that is medium number 2, which is the same price, £45. So that is it for Crystal Treasures video number 1. I'm just so excited, and this is just video number 1. I just don't know what to say. So you all know how to take part because you will have watched yesterday's video. I look forward to hearing from you, to seeing who gets what. Such an exciting day. Your next video will be up at 12, so pop back into the group then and you'll be seeing more wonderful treasures. So that is it from me. Blessed be.